びの時代は終わる。
螺旋が
Sooner or later, Koji's identity will be revealed. As a singularity of fate, can he avoid his death? Kashin Koji, a guide and hiding in the shadows, and also as a source of information about the future, he is the only ninja whose position is currently threatened. By knowing all the information accurately and also as Boruto's ally, the Divine Tree Human has now found a new clue that leads to Boruto. But it seems that the real goal is the source of information that Boruto has. He is Kashin Koji. Believe it or not, if it's impossible for Kashin Koji to forever hide behind the scenes, if the time comes and he has to face off against the Divine Tree Human, how will he deal with them? And what if Koji can't avoid it? Although basically, the fight should be completely avoided because Koji knows that the end of the fight will be very bad for him as well as this world. And as the only clone of the legendary Sannin Jiraiya, Kashin Koji now bears the same fate as Boruto. He is fated to confront the worst possible future that will be brought about by the human form of the Divine Tree. Who would have thought that Kashin Koji, who we initially knew he would be the most difficult villain character to deal with, turned out to be a support for the main character in the current timeskip story? It all started when Kashin Koji said that he had a fated link with Konoha Village. It turns out that the fated relationship actually makes Kashin Koji able to see various possible paths in the future. Actually, if we look at how Jiraiya's story in the Naruto universe, we can already predict that the power that Kashin Koji will have is likely to see the future. That's because in the Naruto story, Jiraiya was once a child who was in Gamamaru's prophecy. And if we return to discussing Boruto in connection with Momoshiki, he can actually see the future because he is the son of Naruto and the grandson of Minato, both of whom were part of Gamamaru's prophecy. This means that everyone who has ever received a prophecy from Gamamaru has the potential to see the future through their own unique abilities. And this can happen because Gamamaru in the Boruto universe will no longer make an appearance. So, it seems predictable that Boruto's storyline moving forward will not showcase Mount Myoboku again. Of course, there's a logical reason why Mount Myoboku won't be featured. Just think about it carefully. If Koji can foresee Boruto's future and then informs him of the strongest abilities he can master, it means that if Boruto indeed has the potential to master Sage Mode, Koji himself would be the one to directly teach Boruto how to use that power. He wouldn't need to go to Mount Myoboku again to learn Sage Mode, unlike Naruto, who was directly taught by Fukasaku. This means Koji alone would be sufficient to guide Boruto until he masters that power. You must be wondering, if Boruto can master the power of Sage Mode, why doesn't he use that power when fighting against the Divine Tree? And it seems that the function of Sage Mode is as a reserve chakra that Boruto can use when he runs out of chakra. So, as long as Boruto has enough chakra, he will not use the power of Sage Mode. After all, the power of Sage Mode requires meditation time to collect natural energy before it can be used. And that means that the power must be used at the right time. It is likely that this Sage Mode will be the key so that Boruto is not easily controlled by Momoshiki when he has run out of chakra. And just like Naruto fought against pain, if he doesn't want to rely on Kyuubi chakra to fight, then Sage Mode is the solution. We just have to wait for the right time for Kishimoto to release the power of Sage Mode that Boruto will master. Now we return to Koji, who can see the future. So it is indeed possible that Kashin Koji can see the future because Jiraiya was always given a picture of the future by Gamamaru. After there was no Gamamaru, Kishimoto made the possibility of what if Kashin Koji was able to see the future just like Gamamaru. Now let's imagine and create a new scenario. If Jura already knows that Boruto has an informant who has told him about the Togedama, is it possible that Jura will let an informant like Koji, who is a threat to them, be left alive? Jura has assigned Code to find and kill Boruto and his allies, but will Code immediately find Boruto and kill him? This will sound difficult and does not make sense if Code forces himself to kill Boruto after his defeat in Chapter 4. If Code does not get new powers, maybe the only way is to find Kashin Koji first and kill him. Sooner or later, Code will find out Koji's identity as Boruto's accomplices. It is true that Koji and Code are teammates in the Kara organization, but even so, in order to get the chakra fruit and evolve into a new Otsutsuki, Code will do whatever it takes. And in essence, Koji, who is currently in Orochimaru headquarters by Genjutsu, the place so that it is not easily known by everyone, will the Divine Tree human later find out with the power of their Rinnegan eyes? Because basically, Jiraiya's Genjutsu in the past was a Genjutsu that could penetrate Rinnegan's immunity. In Naruto's universe, Rinnegan is one of the most powerful Dujutsu. In addition, Rinnegan also makes its users immune to various Genjutsu attacks. So, is Rinnegan really immune to Genjutsu attacks? The answer is no. Fans have long debated whether Rinnegan is truly immune to Genjutsu attacks. However, if we look at the entirety of what has appeared in the series regarding Rinnegan, there is one thing we can conclude. Throughout Naruto and Boruto series, Rinnegan is known to have resistance or immunity to almost all Genjutsu, especially Genjutsu related to the illusion of the eye or related to other senses. Even Rinnegan is able to reverse the Genjutsu as happened several times in the story. But, as it turns out, there is another Genjutsu that can match Rinnegan, namely auditory Genjutsu or sound Genjutsu. This is the type of Genjutsu that can match Rinnegan's prowess. In fact, the rare Genjutsu is also able to match the power of the Sharingan Dojutsu. This means that Genjutsu that attack human senses other than sight can be an effective way to deal with Rinnegan users. Maybe Kashin Koji has the ability to use Genjutsu through sound. Because it is a bit strange, how can Jiraiya's clone have Genjutsu abilities in this Boruto story? In fact, Jiraiya himself in the past did not have Genjutsu abilities. His Genjutsu ability has only been shown once, and that was thanks to the help of Fukasaku and Shima. So most likely, the Genjutsu currently mastered by Kashin Koji is the Genjutsu that can counter the power of the Rinnegan Divine Tree's human eyes. And in conclusion, as long as Kashin Koji is inside Orochimaru's headquarters, he should be safe. But of course, if a fight between them were to occur, it is highly likely that Kashin Koji would lose and Boruto would face an even greater threat without Koji's help. And the point of our discussion this time is, can Kashin Koji determine when and how he will die? Because essentially, no one wants to die, especially being killed by an enemy who poses a threat to the world. If Koji has the ability to see the future, he should also be able to know how the future will unfold for him. This becomes a mystery and a plot twist. As a singularity of fate, it would sound ironic if he can see the future of everyone else but not his own. And if Koji can see the worst possible outcome for himself, he should be able to avoid certain possibilities and opportunities that lead the Divine Tree humans to find him and kill him. And once again, if Koji could foresee several possibilities that would happen in the future, he should never die, right? But the worst possibility yet to be revealed is that Koji actually can't know or predict his own future. He doesn't know what kind of death awaits him or at whose hands. So what do you think? Does it make sense that someone who can see the future would use that as a miracle to avoid death? This is really interesting. So what do you think? And maybe that's all for today's discussion about Koji and his fate as a singularity of fate. Like and subscribe. I'm Nim. See you in the next episode. Bye-bye.